Right, what do we have on the bench today? Well, as you can see, we have two radios sent through from Dom. He wants these aligning. We shall quickly whiz through those. I've done a Cybernet ZX1 before on the channel. You can always pop up and have a look at the video of that one. So I probably won't record video on that because hopefully it should be a fairly straightforward tune-up. But I've not done the Midland Ready Rescue, so the radio we're going to feature in today's tune-up is the Midland Ready Rescue. So let's take the back off of it, take a photograph of it, and then find out what everything does. Before we do that, I'm going to take some measurements off this radio. So we'll look at the transmit power, the deviation, the frequency, and the receive. Okay, transmit power wise, it's doing about 3.5 watts on channel 20. Deviation's a little bit lively on this. There's your microphone there. 1, 2, 1, 2. See, I've got the monitor receiver on. You'll be transmitting on 3 channels at once there. Frequency's a bit off there. It should be 27,79125, 27,79099. So we'll have to bring that up. There we go. 5 kilohertz deviation, and that was minimum really. Frequency is slightly out. Receive. There's no headphone socket on these mobile radios, so we'll have to do the receive once we've got the case off. So there's our basic figures. It is all transmitting and working. It just needs properly aligning. It's quite a way out really. So these 4 screws on the back, and I think from memory the knobs have to come off the front as well. So we'll do that. We'll take the back off and then we'll take a photograph of it. You do indeed have to remove the knobs to get the front plate off, and hopefully this will just simply pop off. So, well, that looks really tidy. Really tidy inside. No signs of any tampering that I can see. And there's your electret microphone and a decent sized speaker there. And got a choke. Remember, these are 12 volt DC only. You could do a bit of damage to these if you run them while the car is running. So we'll take that photograph then. Because I've got a very organised filing system. I spent all day yesterday organising it now. So I've got all of my photographs and all my information all in a couple of books, so I can go to the information. So this will be another piece to add to that to those 2 books, because I've not done one of these before, but I do have a wiring diagram for this one, so we can whiz through it. A really clear schematic available from radiomuseum.org. If you go on there, you can I think you get maximum 3 a day you can download, and then they'll just send you the link for the download on email, and this is really nice and clear. So if you do need a schematic, as I did, to work out what everything does, and we've worked out what everything does. So here we go. There's not a huge amount to adjust on this. Obviously there's no display or meters of any kind, so first thing we'll do is get it on frequency. As you'll probably guess, the frequency adjust is down there in the bottom left hand corner. The other can there is your VCO. That looks to be untouched. I will check it on all the channels to make sure it's transmitting and receiving, but we won't be touching that if we don't need to. Here we go, spot on, 27,79125. Right, for TX lineup we've got 1 down here, 2nd one, 3rd one, 4th one, and then the 5th one at the top there. Okay, so we're doing 3.5 watts, just over maybe. Let's see if we can bring it up to 4 watts, and we're doing this on 12 volts. Alright, that's as near as makes no difference, 4 watts. I'd say it's 3.9, 3.95, something like that. So absolutely spot on, and that is at 12 volts. We've not upped the voltage there. So on a freshly charged car battery at 12.5 volts, you would definitely get your full 4 watts. Yeah, these weren't designed to be run with the alternator running, so if you do have one of these, don't go mobile with it. You'll do some damage, and there are lots of things in here which you just won't get. Audio ICs and synthesizers and such like. So what does that leave? Leaves receive. Now, according to the schematic diagram, we have the FM detector here. These 2 coils are receive coils, and I think that's IF. I'm not sure, but I will double check that when we go through it. So yeah, let's well, actually no, we'll do the deviation next, because that is way too high, and according to the the schematic diagram, it's the trimmer down there, and I'll give those a bit of a squirt with some of the cleaning spray. There we go, that's a good way of doing it, isn't it? Alright, we'll get the transmit going. It was really high, so I'll just tweak it. 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go, spot on. When I did the initial adjustment and with the tone on, the needle went straight off the end of the meter past 7. For receive, we can just crocodile clip straight off the positive lead of the speaker and go to the centre pin of our lead that goes to the Synad meter, with the ground being effectively grounded through the antenna connector, sharing the same ground. So we'll take a measurement. It is doing 1.5 microvolts for 12 decibel Synad, which is not great, but we can try and improve on that. First thing that we'll do is set up the FM detector, which we'll do on the oscilloscope. We're just looking for the peak wave. That was already at peak. There we go. Right, that's a lot better. It's now 0.86 microvolts for 12 decibel Synad. Brilliant. Right, squelch. Turn it on. It's coming in at 100, dropping off at 93. Turn it on. Okay, see what it's like at the low end. At the low end, it's coming in, or opening, 0.35, and it's coming in at 0.35, and it's going off at 0.13. Not the best squelch in the world. I mean, I've seen worse. So yeah, I think that's it really. Hopefully we can get hold of Mick to do a quick audio test for this. I'm sure it's going to be fine. The ZX1 certainly performed very, very good for me. Totally different radio, of course, but been quite amazed really at how some of these mobile sets work so well, particularly the ZX1. That's a lovely, lovely radio. Right, the radio is reassembled, really easy to disassemble and reassemble. Now the customer sent this through, this plug, and as a courtesy I'm going to, I assume there's a join in there, I'm going to do a repair job on that for him, something a bit better than the tape, and just as a courtesy we won't be charging for that. So this has been a fairly standard tune-up, so my usual fee of £10 for a standard tune-up applies. So let's get this repaired. And then I've got a few chores to do. Go and help Mum out, do some gardening, and then I'll be back to do the ZX1. Maybe I will do a video on the ZX1. Yes, possibly, we'll see. Might give it a little blast of some spray foam. Now, since my last video, the Servasol spray foam I use has almost doubled in price. Don't know why. Last can I bought was in February, looked again, and it was almost double. But I found this stuff on Amazon, which is just as good, and it's still the same price as £5 a tin. So we'll give this a little coating, a little wipe down for the customer. I'll say the lead is all fixed now, so that's looking a little bit tidier. And then we'll get hold of Mick and give it a test. The weather's looking a bit dicey out there. There she blows. All sorted. So we'll wait until Mick is around later on. I think I'll start on the ZX1 now. We'll get them both back to Dom, so you can have a play with them. This one is now in a lot better shape than it was when it came to me, that's for sure. And that's what we try and do here. So let's just keep an eye on the time, and then we'll see if we can grab Mick and we'll finish this video off. Right, Mick is on the other end. We're here with the...
Yeah, good evening, Paul.
Ready rescue?
Recording my end and ready for you.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to take this out of the picture to show you the viewers at this end.
That's no problem, you're recording at your end. I'm on a Midland Ready Rescue. This is doing a full 4 watts. It's had the full service. They're normally quite a decent little radio, and this one, the original, when it came into me, it had a deviation of about 7 kilohertz. You could have probably heard it 5 or 6 channels down. So yeah, quite amazing. So hopefully it's not sounding too bad. I wonder how it sounds at your end, Roger.
Yeah, coming through to me, lovely and loud, Paul. It's very good audio. Nice and crisp. And it's yeah, now I've got the right antenna on. It's a pleasure to listen to. Sorry, that was my fault.
Yeah, Roger D, that's absolutely fine. These things are sent to try us, aren't
they? So yeah, you're giving this one the thumbs up then, that's good. Yeah, Mick had this set up on the antenna switching for the long wire, and it wasn't working at all well. It was giving us some very weird results. So we'll swap this over then, Mick, and we'll try it on the ZX1 CyberNet.
Yeah, okay. Do you want me to keep recording or stop in a minute?
You can stop now, Mick. I'll just do a quick piece to camera.
Right, well that's another cracking little set that is. I've never had set up one of these before, so thanks to Dom for sending that through. That's been really interesting and it's worked really well. I was quite impressed with the quality of the audio from Mick on this once we got the antenna situation sorted out. So if you have been, thanks ever so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.